This shit more than a game. I told y'all that. Ain't no city better in the world to host a big event than the city of New Orleans, Louisiana. Well, shit, silly me, huh? Silly me. And I always keep telling y'all this. Y'all think it's a joke, but maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe I'm a curse. Because ever since I've started doing YouTube content, it seems like everything that I put my hopes and dreams in always ends up in failure. The Saints, the Pelicans. And now the one thing I was excited for, the one thing that I had hope in, given what my state of fanaticism is right now with the Saints and Pelicans, was that New Orleans was getting Wrestlemania. New Orleans was getting Wrestlemania 42. And today they swept the rug from under us and say, haha, no you're not. What the hell? What the hell, is it me? Am I the problem? I mean, I haven't been able to do a playoff vlog for you guys. I haven't been able to, do a championship vlog. I've not been able to do any type of extravagant thing. Granted, I've been to WrestleMania since I started my YouTube channel in Dallas, but it's different when it's your hometown. It's different when the core of my audience is New Orleans, Louisiana. Hell, y'all see, usually I have on a This Shit More Than a Game shirt. I had to put on a NOLA 316 shirt today because apparently NOLA 316 means the WWE just screwed our asses. Because if you guys probably seen the news by now, WrestleMania is not coming to New Orleans. Instead, WrestleMania is going back to Las Vegas. And now the details aren't concrete yet as to why, but the tea leaves are saying it's because the WWE had such a successful WrestleMania weekend last month in Las Vegas. Vegas and WWE said, hey, there's even more record profits to be had. They're like pirates with a treasure chest. More gold to be had. They said, let's get more money. So Vegas came back with a better offer to WWE than what New Orleans apparently had. And WWE says, shit, okay. After all of the pomp and circumstance, after all of the media blitz and advertising and a grand announcement, they bought The Rock, y'all. They bought The Rock. The only person you can probably bring to make a bigger, higher grand announcement in WWE is Stone Cold Steve Austin. They bought The Rock out of his busy Hollywood schedule to New Orleans, Louisiana to say, hey guys, we're coming to New Orleans, we're excited, we love New Orleans, Louisiana. So what the hell happened from then to there where now we are not getting WrestleMania? What the hell happened? Because I get it. I know what TKO, who owns the WWE now, I know what they're all about. Record profits. That's their bottom line, no pun intended. Their bottom line is always record profits. Whenever WWE finishes a PLE, what does Triple H come in and start the press conference with? Record profits, and WWE fans standing ovation as if that's a great thing, as if the money's going in their pockets. I mean, the reason why they're getting record profits is because now they are charging out the ass for tickets to their events. I mean, the Raw tickets for a regular Monday Night Raw, nosebleed is like $100, $200. Shit used to be like $15, $20, something that you can bring your family to. Now you gotta take out a goddamn loan if you want to go to a WWE live event. So WWE said, hey, there's more record profits to be had. Vegas is offering a sweeter deal. Sorry, New Orleans. Sorry. And you can say business is business. You can say that, but guess what? I'm not in the business board of the WWE. I'm not wearing a suit and tie showing up to WWE headquarters. I'm a fan. I don't give a damn about business is business. I'm a fan. Y'all told me that WrestleMania was coming to my home city. Y'all gave all this pop and circumstance about WrestleMania returning to New Orleans. So to go behind our back and say, nope, we're going to Vegas. Y'all remember when John Cena turned heel? It's just like that. Cody hugging John Cena and The Rock does the throw slash. Well, The Rock in this instance is played by Las Vegas. Cody Rhodes is played by New Orleans. And John Cena with the Stonewall face is played by WWE. They kicked us in the nuts and say, nope, never mind, y'all not. And it's unprecedented. This has never happened before. So we have nothing to go off of history on, why it could happen, or what was the deal negotiated or brokered between Las Vegas and New Orleans. We don't have any of that. Good old New Orleans, always making history, right? This is the first time ever that WWE announced the WrestleMania city. I mean, had the commercials, had the signs, they had the logo and everything ready to go. They were in full blitz for it. And say, nope, actually, never mind, it's not going to New Orleans. Now, at the time of this video, it hasn't even been confirmed by WWE if it is going to Las Vegas, but the sources are all saying that it's going to Las Vegas. WWE has confirmed that WrestleMania will not be in New Orleans, but they have not come out and announced yet that it's going to be in Las Vegas, even though everybody is saying that it's going back to Las Vegas. And, look, again, I get it, business is business, but goddamn, ethics is important, right? I mean, shit, for ass. Evil as a man as apparently Vince McMahon was. I don't think that he was that immoral to go back on his word when he tells the city that he's bringing WrestleMania. It's WrestleMania, y'all. This isn't a random SmackDown. This isn't Money in the Bank, which is now coming to New Orleans in 2026. Like, whoop-de-doo, we get Money in the Bank. That's like the NFL promising you a Super Bowl and they say, actually, never mind, we'll give you guys a random wild card game. Now, there's a big difference between a Super Bowl and a wild card game, right? But we're getting Money in the Bank now, but it's not like it was like a random SmackDown or Money in the Bank or a Backlash or anything. They promised us WrestleMania. I would imagine, I'm just a fan, so I don't know, but I would imagine that the paperwork was signed. Like if you were doing this grand announcement with The Rock, if you were doing this grand announcement, if you're doing the advertising, you're advertising that tickets are coming on sale, so you got the logo, you got the branding, I would imagine that the paperwork was signed and the ink was dry. So out of two things happened. One, WWE went back to the city of New Orleans and the officials and say, hey, sorry, we got a great deal with Las Vegas on the table that we cannot pass up. Let's work out a deal. And if that is the case, and the deal was, oh, we get a UFC event in August, whoop-de-doo. I mean, they was already coming to New Orleans for the UFC anyway for Dustin Poirier's last fight. And the Money in the Bank, and the New Orleans officials say, yeah, then we need a goddamn new GM more than the Saints need one with Mickey Loomis apparently, huh? What kind of trade-off is that? So either they did a trade-off with New Orleans, and they also say they might come back to New Orleans. They didn't say we will come back to New Orleans. According to NOLA.com, the WWE and TKO said we might come back at a future date. Okay, we all in New Orleans know what that means. Them motherfuckers ain't coming back. That's like when your dad says, I'm going to get some, then out the store. You know, those type of households, you know daddy ain't probably coming back. You know how that goes. You know, when the husband, when the guy says, I'm done cheating, baby, I ain't gonna do it anymore. You know what the bullshit is. So hey, maybe we do get a WrestleMania in 2035 and 2036, right? But I sincerely doubt that we get one anytime soon because WWE already has so many other cities that they gotta cater to and that probably are trying to get in bed with them, offering deals that maybe New Orleans can't compete with. Or now, you know, New Orleans, we already also have other events scheduled for future years that, you know, maybe we don't have the availability in 2027 because I know that March Madness is coming. I know New Orleans is trying to get another Super Bowl. So it's not like New Orleans has a clear schedule. They're like, oh yeah, you know what, we're available for after 2026. So either they went with the trade option, or two, the Las Vegas deal that WWE apparently is going with was so damn good that WWE said, you know what, we'll break the contract and take whatever fines and legal fees that come with it because this Vegas deal is that good. And I'm hoping for New Orleans' sake that it was the latter and that they did just say, you know what, we're going to break the goddamn contract. We'll sweeten it up a little bit so everybody comes out looking amicably nice in this and say, hey, we'll give you guys future events and whatnot. You know, you don't want to completely destroy relationships. But I hope they did that route instead of the city of New Orleans saying, okay, we'll trade with you guys and not even getting a guaranteed WrestleMania. Because again, if you read the NOLA.com article, the WWE told New Orleans officials they might come back. Might ain't good enough. Might ain't good enough. Might is only good enough when you're flipping a coin, not promising a goddamn future WrestleMania. So it just sucks, man. And look, from a selfish point of view, it sucks because as a content creator, it would have did wonders for my channel. I have a decent enough audience. I would think that I probably would have got some perks. I probably would have been invited to some events and got to utilize my platform to showcase you guys to different aspects of what WrestleMania weekend can bring. It probably would have grew my audience even better. It sucks for me as a content creator. I have dreams, I have goals, I have aspirations. When WWE announced that they were going to New Orleans, in my home city for WrestleMania, boy, the ideas that floated through my mind, I had nights where I was in bed, 12, 1, 2 a.m. thinking about, man, what can I do? What can I accomplish? Imagine the peaks that I can reach with WrestleMania in my home city. I'm not the biggest New Orleans content creator out there. Please understand that I recognize that fully. But I am one of the most passionate New Orleans content creators out there. I am one of the top 5, I will say, New Orleans content creators who is clearly a diehard wrestling fan. So I would have found my way into some WrestleMania type of access or events. I would have found the way to be beneficial to the New Orleans WrestleMania weekend. And now I lose all of that. So I'm selfish in that regard, that pisses me off. But as a fan, as a pure fan, I'm just hurt. Because no matter what, even if I wasn't a content creator, I was just excited as a fan, as a lifelong WWE fan. And mind you, I'm not as passionate about the WWE as I was as a kid when I idolized that. I still do idolize that man. When I watched it religiously, when WWE was my number one, even above the Saints and all that, I used to love WWE. Now I watch it casually. When I say casually, like I still follow it. Like I know all the superstars and all that, but I don't make it like must-see appointment viewing TV like I did when I was a kid. But I still follow it. I still watch the PLEs and I still watch the big events. And when I can, you know, if it's not interrupting football or basketball or anything, I'm a WWE fan. I'm a fan, so I was excited as a fan because it's WrestleMania, man. Wrestle-freaking-mania. I was excited as a fan. As a fan to just be like, man, WrestleMania is back in my home city for the 3rd time. So I'm blessed, I understand. I got to go to WrestleMania 30 and WrestleMania 34 in my home city in New Orleans. I wasn't doing content back then, so, you know, it would have been nice to do it, have it in my city again when I was doing content. But I got to witness 2 WrestleManias in my city. I am selfish in that regard. I got to go to WrestleMania 38 and see Stone Cold's last match. I've been to 3 WrestleManias. I know there's people who probably watch us saying, I never even get a chance, John, to go to 1 WrestleMania, so buck up. Well, I say, buck off, pal. Okay, life is short. I'm trying to enjoy it. Sorry if your life doesn't align with my life, but either way, I wasn't the one who announced WrestleMania to New Orleans. I wasn't the one who made the promise that WrestleMania was coming to New Orleans. WWE did. See, it's one thing if it was at the negotiating table and Vegas came at the last second and say, no, WWE is ours. You know, if it wasn't never officially announced that it was coming to New Orleans. It was officially announced. WWE did all the hoopla and hype about WWE WrestleMania coming to New Orleans. So hell yeah, as fans, we deserve to be pissed off. Because I'm pissed off. And I'm hurt. It sucks when you're hurt and you're angry. As a content creator, I'm pissed off. As a fan, I'm just hurt, WWE. I know you guys are following the bottom line. None of this matters to WWE. I am just one voice of millions and millions of wrestling fans that's going to get lost in the void, right? Next year, all of the diehard WWE fans will congregate to Las Vegas again. WWE is going to boast and brag about doing record numbers. It's going to be great for the city of Las Vegas. It's going to be great for the WWE. None of this is what I'm saying right now matters to WWE. They'll take whatever small heat they get about leaving New Orleans to go to WrestleMania, leaving New Orleans at the altar to go with the hotter young chick. They'll take all of that heat because they know at the end of the day, it's a supply and demand world. And right now the demand is so high for wrestling that WWE can eat whatever loss they take or whatever bad PR they take from promising New Orleans WrestleMania and selling them at the last second. Nope, never mind, to go to Las Vegas because they know that those profits in 2026 might even break what they did in 2025. But that doesn't mean I can't tell them to piss off about it. Because I am one of their fans. And I can make my voice heard in the beauty of 2025. It's just like the WWE can say, hey, we're going to go with the city that offers us more money. Sorry if we already signed the contract with you guys. It's that fans like me can now get in front of a camera, upload it to this beautiful website we call YouTube, and have our voices heard. I'm just one fan of, again, millions. This video is only probably going to be viewed by 100, 200 people at that. There's other fans who are going to have bigger platforms who might say, yay, good, I want to go back to Las Vegas. It don't matter to me. I just know with my platform, I'm going to call the WWE out on their bullshit. Am I a hypocrite? Because I'm probably still going to go to Money in the Bank next year. I mean, life is short. I'm going to still enjoy myself and find the victories when I can. Just like I do with the Saints, if you watch my content. But I'm not happy about this, and I'll always remember it. And there is no, but. Like, at the end, it is what it is. It sucks. It just plain sucks. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing that anybody in New Orleans can do. I'm sure that the officials in New Orleans are pissed off just as much. But they can't go out there and yell and tell WWE to screw off the way I can. But at the end of the day, it just sucks, right? Because WWE, again, they're still going to get my viewership. They're still going to get my money long term in my life. But goddammit, they lost some this shit more than they gained points today. They lost some this shit more than they gained points. So yeah, let me know in the comments, you guys, what are your thoughts? I know I got a few wrestling fans who are, passionate Jono Barnes content subscribers and followers and supporters. And I mean, I know because ever since, January, February, when it was announced about WrestleMania coming to New Orleans, man, people would say, Jono, can't wait for WrestleMania, man. I hope I can run into you. Man, we're going to have a ball. We're going to have a time. Y'all saw how I mention it damn near every time I did a live stream with me and my guy Ziggy, showing all wrestling fans saying, hey man, we're going to have a ball. We're going to give you guys exclusive content. We're going to work our butts off. We're going to have a time. But we're also going to work to give you guys that content that you enjoy, that first-hand point of view experiences that I like to give you guys whenever I travel or go to big events. Fans were excited. Even like the non-passionate, even the non-casual. I'm talking about like just the regular, I know about WWE. I'm not like even a casual fan, but they were like, shit, WrestleMania in New Orleans, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what you do, John. I'm excited to see what content you bring us. I know people are disappointed and angry and upset. Let me know in the comments how you feel about WWE backtracking on their WrestleMania to New Orleans promise. And now, unofficially, but soon will be official, going back to Las Vegas because there were record profits to be had. You know, and it just sucks for New Orleans. We're not the biggest city. You know, we're never going to compete with the Los Angeleses and the New Yorks and the Las Vegases. And again, as a selfish content creator, you know, right now my audience is mainly New Orleans. I would love for it to grow outside of the Louisiana bubble and have a national audience. But I'm a New Orleans content creator. So, of course, right now, as I get it out the mud, my crowd and my audience is New Orleans. I'm not a guy who has a huge Texas following, a huge California following, a huge New York following. I'm just as small time as New Orleans is. And so they all say, New Orleans, you guys are so resilient. But sometimes you get tired of being resilient. Sometimes you just get tired of being resilient. Why is it always New Orleans that has to be resilient? Huh? Why is it always New Orleans? You know, one of the most popular cities in the world. Why are we always getting the short end of the stick? It pisses me off, man. It pisses me off. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Make sure you hit the like button if you are already subscribed. And if you are new to the channel and if the algorithm brings 2 or 3 new people to my channel, please hit that subscribe button as well. And always remember, because the WWE damn sure forgot, that this shit more than a game. Damn, man. I was really looking forward to WrestleMania, y'all. I was really looking forward to WrestleMania.